Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to Shake Weight Invitational here for round 2 at Acolyte Bay. Other than the one bad hole we had last round, we actually did quite well. So hoping I can have a repeat performance without the problem. Alright, so it looks like it's putting us on the white tees. We'll be here on the second pin. Wind drops down to low. Fairway's firm. Green's firm, but green speed stays fast. Alright, nice sunny day as always. I think the smart thing to do is pull it back a little bit. So we shall do that. So it's interesting because I thought I was able to hit the full distance first time through, but maybe not. I do remember this being a little bit short, so this may be what I had. Ooh, a little bit to the left. Ooh, nice bounce. That rock actually gave me some distance, I think. Alright. Pull this up a little bit. See if we can make this count. A little bit too soft. And we get the par. So not what we'd like for a par 5, but not too bad. Alright, curving back to the right. So that should be pretty good. 322. Always a good. Anything over 300 is always good. I'm going to go up here, but do a choked approach. A little to the left again. And let's see where we end up. It's really going to move a little bit downhill, so I don't want to hit it too hard. I'll move over a bit more. Not in line at all. Ooh. Was worried it was going to hit the edge, but I seem to have saved it. So definitely want to get a good set of birdies, which is what happened last round. Alright, 3 yards back. With the wind decently straight, should get me close. But not a simple putt, that's for sure. Might be a little weak. No, wow. That really broke. A lot of pars. So, alright, 542. Alright, it is a par 5. Nice. Ooh. I think I ended up here before. So, not great for sure. I think just to make sure I get there, I'm going to keep it over here. Because, yeah, I think flattening it out with a wood would have not been good. Alright, we're going to pull pull this back some. A little harder than I'd like. Very odd position, so again, not what I want for sure. It was decent, but because yeah, what I don't want to do is have to keep hitting pars, and one par after the other. You know, while it's better than the alternative, as I always like to say, it's not going to get me what I need. All right. Other than the transition, all perfect. So we'll take that. And it's on the green. It held on. So that last little bit, nice. Broke too far. But we do get the birdie. So that pulls us down one. It would have been great to have gotten the eagle, but we'll take it. Oh, now we go to the right, and that'll get me in the bunker. All right, so now we're going to be hitting a little bit weak. A little bit to the right, but not bad. Still kind of on target, I think. Didn't get to the green though. All right, let's see. That's too far back. 90%. Yeah, we'll keep it up there because we do have an elevation increase as well. Okay, well played. Ooh, not gonna go. So we'll give the stroke back. Okay. We're down and some wind. So this should actually work out nicely. A little further than I hoped, but passable for sure. Again, it is downhill. I don't think it moved at all. Alright, so we've got an okay result, but not a great result. It's uphill. So we're going to try that and see. It might be too far. It is. So maybe not the smartest play there. Let's just see if I do a regular approach. Can I do a choked approach? All right, we're going to try this. Hit nicely. Ooh, still a little too far. All right, we're going to swing this back. Oh boy, that was awful. All right, some folks have suggested to maybe try chipping more often. Just a little nervous with that because I don't know that I'm really seeing much less of a roll than I did. And that gets way up there then. Alright, well, that's not going to get me where I need. Okay, curving to the right. I think that'll be good. Did I hit? I must have hit a rock or something. I really bounced. I didn't really roll. Alright. Straight as a bullet. Oh. It seems like it should be good enough. I mean, I knew it'd be short a little bit, but... Come on, go in. Ah. Alright, dropped another stroke. So not as good for sure. Hopefully not too far right. Aw, man. Can't catch a break on things hanging on. Okay, it's coming back the right way, but not far enough. I was worried I was going to hit it too hard. Alright, we're going to go back to the super flop. Alright. Whoa! I might not have had it pushed far enough. Oh, come on. Ooh. Not sure if that hit the pin or not. It looked like it got very close, though. Alright. The low wind's definitely helping, but I have had a lot more bunker landings than I did, so I don't like that. It's obviously not the outcome I really want. Alright, that should be in the right location. Not bad, not bad. 14 feet, huh? Let's see. A little bit more. Alright, that one worked. Alright, a birdie. So we're one over on the round. Alright, that 3 yards or 3 miles is going to get me the distance. So I'm just going to leave it. Ooh, a little bit more of a hook than I like. Not sure. Oh, okay, it rolled back down. Like I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Alright, definitely want to get up there. A little bit further up. Let's try that. Not quite enough, making it a tough putt again. How was that weak? That did not... That seemed like it was enough. I think I slowed down. I think my rhythm was poor. So now we're back to 2 over. And yeah, it was 16 that had the really, really crazy pin position that killed me. So hopefully we'll stay away from that. Alright, well hit. Okay, 5 iron. We're going to get some wind back. A little bit uphill. Not as straight as I would have liked. It's really not... Oh my god. Yeah, so it's the rocks around the edge of the bunker is really what's hurting things. Alright, so the splash kind of came out full force. Alright, I need to stay close, so... We're just going to do that. make sure that I'm not giving strokes away. Yeah, I'm just not doing quite as well. All right, we're going to go to a bigger landing zone here. All right, well, at least we didn't go left. We kind of went straight, a little closer to the edge than I would have liked. This is probably the hardest hole. A lot of water available. So let's see. All right, well, that's the power I wanted, but I think much further than I wanted. All right, we're going up and then a little down on the back end, so that's not great. It's too fast because it's going to roll by pretty solidly. That's what I was worried about. Darn it. Let's see. Can I chip? I can. Alright, I think that's way too far. Oh my god. And that's why we're not chipping. Is this 16 again? No, it's only 14. So yeah, this is a very poor result. Oh my gosh, I think that hit the hole. That would have been nice to avoid the double. Yeah, I get the sentiment of chip more often because it can roll in, but I don't know. It's just not working well. Ooh. Well, enough of a curve that I think I might be able to save it. Nope. Didn't come back enough. Alright, that'll work. Except I hit it too far left. Alright, at least it hung up there. So we'll take that. Let's see. So we want to do a bit of a partial. Not as straight as I would have liked. Gonna go a little bit over. All right, on target. But that's just a par again. And we're 4 over right now, so definitely worse than last time, which is disappointing. I haven't gotten to my problem hole yet. Alright, should be close. Alright, we're on, but a long way away. Ooh, no, we're not on. It's going to dump us off. Alright, I'm going to try that. Yeah, because it can still roll in that way. It just obviously doesn't have as much of a roll. Alright. Aim over here. Actually, that was 16, so that was the one that I think triple bogeyed last time. So at least I parred it, but my overall outcome's not as good. Alright, coming back to the flag. Come on. Alright. It did get up. Might be too weak. Oh, I don't think it was online. I think I would have missed it just a little bit. Alright, well, I did birdie the 18th in the first round. So, see if we can at least repeat that. Alright, at least it stayed on the fairway. So we are up. We're gaining a little bit of wind, but this is like as far as we can go. Ah, too much of a curve. I mean, it'll get me up, but it's not at the hole as much as I really needed. And yeah, this is going to make it rough. Alright, it's uphill. Alright, climb the crest. Oh, I don't know how close we really were, but because yeah, I think, yep, there's some downhill there. Oh, this is brutal. This is like the same version of the 16th. Oh, come on. So now I couldn't even get par. Alright, 5 over, so definitely a mediocre round at best. Definitely not the kind of play I need. It's still at least staying respectable. So up one more tier. And we'll continue to... Oh, we got hot hand. So that'll give us the background there. That's kind of a nice one. So we'll see. Maybe I'll end up using that. I think I skipped the last adjustment, but that's where people are getting some of that. So I think number 2, Skyline, has got the hot hand there. But yeah, not the play I needed. But once again, I didn't realistically expect to just suddenly jump in and do well. I had an exceptional round for everything that was going on with the transition and all that. Between the first round and the second round, I have moved some things around with my network access points in the home, and so I feel a lot better. I was actually able to upload the first round kind of in what I expected, because I've actually got faster internet here than we did at the previous location, so I was expecting improvements, and instead I was really, really in bad shape. But I think doing some strategic testing and moving, it looks like I'm in better position, and I was able to upload the first round in like 4 minutes, where normally it takes about 10 or 15. So that's pretty good, cutting things in half. And you know, even if it still took 10 or 15, that would be okay. But initially, before I moved things, it was like going to take 2 hours, and that was not good, and again, did not bode well for the other sims and things like that. But hopefully we've solved that. But at least now I have a way to go do some things, so we'll have to see, make sure it works for everybody, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, getting back to the golf here, as always, if you've enjoyed this but haven't dropped a like or are not a subscriber, please consider those things, and I will see you next time.